Well, the streak's over, but I really can't complain with an effort like that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. You've come to talk with me again. Sens lose 1-0 to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
How are the young guys now? I finally did it! I scored again! Quit taking penalties!
The Sens are gonna blow this game. Way to tie up the stick in front. Not.
Well done. Just well done.
You better believe we're gonna be having a penalty chat at the end of this one.
What a time to be alive!
What a long and brutal season that was.
This team, man!
And just like that, for any Sens fans worried about the Sens blowing a chance at a top pick, this game was a perfect result. The Sens played well, it was a close game, and they still found a way to lose without getting a point. As always though, let's kick things off with lineup changes. After a bit of a wild lineup for the Sens on Friday night, things returned to a little more normal for Ottawa on this one, as Nikita Zaitsev returned to the team following a quick trip to Russia last week, so Christian Jaros was sent down and Zaitsev took his place. Aside from the Zaitsev move, the Sens made 2 other changes as well, as Mac Verino drew out of the lineup and Mikhail Bodker drew in. But Verino was not sent back to Belleville, he was just healthy scratched. And the final lineup change came in goal, where in a bit of a surprise move, DJ Smith started Craig Anderson in place of Anders Nilsson. Oh, and one other lineup change. I'm not sure if the Sens watch these videos, I'm pretty sure they don't, but I brought up Colin White in the last video, and Ottawa addressed it in this one. The Sens moved Colin White to the wing, hoping that he'll focus less on defense and more on offense and get some offensive confidence back. That's a bit of an interesting move given how strong Colin White has been defensively so far this season, but I guess we'll have to see how things turn out. But before we get into this game, the Sens may have had the weekend off on the ice, but off of it, they were busy. With the weekend off, the club held their annual Sens Soiree on the Canadian Tire Centre ice in support of the Ottawa Senators Foundation. The Sens Foundation does a ton for the youth in the Ottawa community, including educational assistance like bursaries, donations to Roger Nielsen House. They have Sens rinks across the area, including where I grew up in Smith Falls. And they donate a bunch of money to mental health programs supporting youth in the community, including Project STEP and the Support Our Troops Camp program. In total, this year's Sens Soiree was able to raise nearly $239,000 for the youth of the Ottawa community. It's just incredible to see the Sens are able to raise that much money and then support that many youth in the community. But a lot of this wouldn't be possible without the support of the community as well. It's just amazing to see the support the community gives the team, and in turn the support the team gives the community. The kids the Ottawa Senators Foundation are helping are our future, and we can't forget that. When we're old and we need assistance, it's these youth that are going to be the ones who take care of us. Supporting these kids is vital, and giving them a safe and happy environment to be in is indescribable. Seeing the Sens Foundation help so many youth in the Ottawa community is just amazing. So a big shout out to them for the hard work that they do, but a special shout out to the community as well. Without your support, the Sens Foundation wouldn't be able to give nearly the amount of support they do. So if you're a part of the Ottawa Senators Foundation or a member of the Ottawa community, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Now, let's get into the game. Now let's be honest, not much happened through the first 2 periods. There was a couple posts, a couple big saves, but Ottawa outshot Columbus 8-7 in each of the first 2 periods and took a 16-14 lead in the shots to the third, despite neither team scoring and the game going 0-0 into period 3. Then not even 30 seconds into the third period, Boone Jenner wins a face-off back to Zach Werenski. He spins off a check, fires a shot on goal. Oliver Bjorkstrand tips it in front. It beats Andy, and Columbus leads 1-0. That's a tough goal to give up. DeMello was right there, but he wasn't tying up the stick. Although, let's be honest, with Bjorkstrand standing in the high slot, you're probably not going to tie up the stick. Just a nice little tip by Bjorkstrand, and it gives the Blue Jackets the lead. The Sens thought there might have been a high stick on the play, but in my opinion there definitely was not, so the goal counted and Columbus leads 1-0. Connor Brown then has the best chance for the Sens to tie the game, but Korpisalo stops him on a breakaway just past the period's midway mark. Korpisalo turns aside 8 other Sens shots to pick up the shutout and give the Columbus Blue Jackets a 1-0 win. Wasn't from a lack of effort, but one redirect right at the beginning of the third period was the difference. As always, let's get into good news, bad news. Ottawa's defensive effort was excellent last night, and that is the good news. The Sens gave up just 19 total shots the whole game. That's barely 6 shots a period. On top of that, they gave up just 9 high-danger scoring chances, an average of only 3 a period. The Blue Jackets did have 24 scoring chances, an average of 6 a period, which is a bit of a concern. But Ottawa did a pretty good job of making those scoring chances not really feel all that dangerous. The Sens also blocked 15 shots. And when they weren't there with an excellent defensive effort like Dylan DeMello in the second period breaking up a 2-on-1, Craig Anderson was there to turn the Jackets aside. The redirect would be the only exception to that, and I don't really blame anybody for that one. On the whole, I thought Ottawa's defensive effort was excellent last night, and that is the good news. Now, for the bad news. Now, bad news is the flip side to good news, and generally I don't do this, but tonight, I'm going to do the flip side to Ottawa's good news. Ottawa's offense was not nearly good enough last night, and that is the bad news. Just a quick point of reference, I got some numbers backwards. Ottawa gave up 10 high-danger scoring chances and 22 scoring chances. Despite the numbers being backwards, the point still stands. On offense, though, that means Ottawa had just 9 high-danger scoring chances. The Sens also had over 3 minutes of power play time and managed 0 shots. There were a number of times that Ottawa wasn't doing nearly good enough at getting bodies in front, nor were they tracking down rebounds well enough. Goals were hard to come by last night, and Ottawa did not do nearly a good enough job at finding ways to generate offense, and that is the bad news. Next up, the Sens return home tomorrow evening for a matchup with the Boston Bruins. That contest will be the second of 4 meetings on the season between the two teams, with the Bruins currently holding a 1-0 edge in the season series thanks to a 5-2 win in Boston in Ottawa's first game of November. And so far this season, the Bruins are currently the best team in the NHL in points percentage, as they're just 2 back of the Capitals with 2 games in hand. Meanwhile, the Sens are 27th in the NHL and are just 3 points out of 30th. I know the score said 5-2, but if the Sens can keep the game against Boston close like they did the last time, that's good enough for me. That's it for this video. Hit like if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share with anybody you know, and today's question is, given how Ottawa's expectations were before the season started, and given how things have gone for Ottawa so far this season, was last night's game a good result for you or a bad one? Let me know down below, and we'll see you tomorrow night when the Sens welcome the Boston Bruins to the Canadian Tire Center.